like another TKO event in John Cena's final match.
Oh, it is?
It sort of feels like
Where is it?
DC, weirdly. It sort of feels like when TKO is going up against themselves in an event like that, they like know this is the card that people aren't going to be watching.
Well, in years past, sometimes, I mean, I think 2 years ago, maybe it was even last year, was that Colby Covington Buckley?
2 years ago, I think.
No, it was Colby. The last
He did it in
last year,
Orlando,
right?
I think.
Yeah.
And it was a decent card, if I recall correctly. And
Yeah,
Colby,
right.
I mean, I guess you look at it though, Royval Cobb is a pretty big fight.
It is a good fight.
If Cobb wins, he's going to be next in line for the belt.
Yeah.
So I'd say it is pretty big.
Yeah. Just in terms of the rest of the card isn't like.
It's a card that I think will deliver action wise potentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously not the biggest name.
Just feels like a spot they kind of like threw a couple fights on there.
And also, obviously, it's tough because you're lingering on, like, you look at it and you're like, all right, this is the last card for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's the longest break in a while.
Since COVID.
Years.
And what really stinks is PFL is a pretty good card this weekend, but it would have been better if it was just next weekend.
Yeah.
Totally.
I know next
100%.
Friday is supposed to be Josh Paul, not Josh Paul, sorry, Jake Paul.
Joshua.
I guess Joshua Paul would have worked
Yeah.
there. But I combined the shortened name of Anthony Joshua with Paul, but Jake Paul against Anthony Joshua. What do you guys say chance that fight actually happens?
I think it's gonna happen.
pretty high.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point.
It's Netflix.
happen,
Like, you're not
yeah.
going to fuck over Netflix, right?
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
think
thinking.
the payday's and I think Jake Paul is crazy enough to do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just hysterical that he was going to fight Gervonta Davis, and then he's fighting
know.
Anthony Joshua.
Well, the whole thing.
Literally went up over 100 pounds in weight in his opponent.
Yeah.
But I respect. I mean, hey, he goes out there. This is the first Jake Paul fight I've been really interested to see in a while.
214.
Just in terms of, like, I think I haven't really been moved by the last few, and this
Yeah.
one, I'm
Agreed.
like, I think now that it's getting closer and realizing, like, hey, there's not going to be much on that day. Like, there's no UFC.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I'll be
Is it
watching.
Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
It's the 19th, I believe.
Friday, yeah.
So
college football
playoff. It is.
Oh, that's right, there is.
That's
but it should be
Alabama,
later.
Oklahoma.
But it should be later though,
I'm sure they'll time it well.
because I'll put this. I'll be watching.
Yeah.
I'll be
Oh,
tuning in to
wow.
Joshua to Jake Paul.
Do you think you could do better numbers than Tyson?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Well, they
Just
were.
because Tyson.
Tyson's
It
not
felt
much
like
of
there
an
was more of a
anomaly.
buzz around that.
I think they said it was basically the most watched sporting event like ever. They claim.
Yeah.
I think there's a possibility it was outside of maybe the Super Bowl.
Because I think even someone like us who like our age, like we didn't get to watch Tyson, like, and all I like my entire life, my dad just like beat me over the head with like like, oh my god, this guy's unbelievable, stories of like going to watch him and this and that, and just how much of a spectacle it was. So I think the lore around him, like he's one of the most famous people probably ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like you'd say like Trump, people like that, like politicians, like presidents, but
No,
in
athletes.
terms of
also,
in
like,
terms of athlete,
Takes
he's-
two to tango, I think, because he's gonna fight Mayweather in a few months and nobody's gonna watch that.
yeah, true.
I don't think anybody's gonna watch.
No,
You know?
well, I think if Tyson fought like, say like he fought Jake Paul again, like way less people would watch it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it was that spectacle. I think there was real like grown ass people who watched Tyson's prime who really thought he was going to like pop Jake Paul up.
I remember rear ads. We love rear ads, but I remember him being like, "You don't understand old man strength." And it's like, no, you don't understand. That's fake. That's like in a street fight, sure. In boxing against someone that's been training for years with like the best of the best, that's not real.
Theoretically, Tyson probably had a minute to 2 minutes to win that fight.
I don't even know if he had that.
He
Yeah.
definitely didn't have to.
Maybe
do
he
it.
had one combination.
Yeah.
It would have had to be perfect.
Yeah,
It would. Yeah. It would
I-
have had to be the perfect
res-
stars
re-
aligning. Like,
respectfully, I might have said this before, and I'll say it because I was beating the drum for it before it. That was an IQ test picking that fight.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
And I understand people wanted to like. It was like all right, like it was like like Tyson, like
it was a guy from his generation.
If
They
you
wanted him
can't
to win.
understand just like the law of like science,
Yeah.
just like biologically, like he's a 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
They canceled.
I
They
know.
canceled the fight 8 months before because he like almost
He's about to
just-
die.
He could barely like stand up straight.
Yeah.
just like on doing nothing.
The only way that I would disagree with that IQ test was if it could have been thrown, rigged.
True.
But
But
it
also,
There's
he
always,
wasn't
like,
even,
a
he
factor
wasn't
of
even
that.
that big of a favorite.
I know.
Like he was minus like 250.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. I mean, he's the guy that he's 60 years old. Anyway, we're gonna have a tangent.
Yeah. Before we go any further, let's tell everyone about New Amsterdam Vodka. We love New Amsterdam. They are the official vodka of Barstool Sports, the official vodka of the UFC, and in our opinion, the official vodka of winning. It's a champion vodka. You match it up against any other vodka out there, and it is a knockout for New Amsterdam. So whether you're catching the fights at your favorite bar this weekend or just hanging at home listening to us talk about them, celebrate your wins with the insanely smooth New Amsterdam vodka. You hear the sirens outside. They're trying to shut down these deals because it's the best bang for your buck, as Ev calls it.
Yep.
They're not going to be able to shut down the deals. New Amsterdam also the sponsor of the Pup Punk Tour. We're going to be in New York next Thursday. Looking forward to that the night before the Jake Paul fight. Celebrate your wins with insanely smooth New Amsterdam vodka. Find your wins with New Amsterdam. We love them. Where do we start? Where do we start this week? I mean, Dana just had the Francis quote that's kind of going off on MMA Twitter where he clarified the physical contact that was made in the office because Francis did Helwani's show yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And he was asked about it and kind of skirted around the question of like, did you put your hands on? He was kind of like, I don't like that I have to keep responding to this guy. I was like, well.
And then he also, in the same interview, went on to say, the only fight I really want to do is John Jones
or Deontay Wilder.
And he also doesn't. It seems like he's just done with the PFL.
Seems like he's done. He's talking about his contract expiring before the White House card, which, again, if this really is the end of him in PFL.
One of the worst signings ever.
In sports history? Can you go that far?
It's tough.
I'm
They
sure
got one horrendous fight out of him.
Baseball that like you sign a guy and he barely plays. Sign like a $200 million contract over 8 years.
Like Ellsbury.
Like a Rendon.
It feels like that to me.
Plays.
In terms of barely playing, never
like,
showing up
like
for
a Carl Pavano type. Like
Yankees, like never showing up for PFL Africa. One horrible fight in terms of nobody was there. No gate made from other than I guess they got paid from.
And they said 10K pay-per-view buys.
10K pay-per-views. He went off and boxed and got his head blown off.
Yeah, obviously had the Tyson thing, but I don't think that really did a lot for the PFL. And then also with Ngannou, let's not forget when he signed, it was very much said in the way that it was, I'm doing this for fighter pay for something bigger than me. And it's been I know he's gone through a lot in his personal life, but it's really done nothing for anybody outside of Francis Ngannou and I guess Bruno Ferreira, who got
I guess
Renan. Sorry, not Bruno. Bruno's fighting this past weekend.
Yeah,
Renan. I guess Renan got the bag.
He got a nice payday to get knocked out unconscious badly.
Yeah,
very badly.
I mean, it's
late stoppage as well.
It's a shame because he was. This would have been his prime years, and he's such a great MMA fighter. He hasn't had really any big moments. I mean, I guess taking Fury to
that. Yeah, and then that was cool. But it had nothing to do with PFL, PFL watching the sidelines.
I think you can debate whether he fumbled the bag in terms of like he got the big boxing payday.
He got money, yeah.
He probably didn't got that, but there's a lot that argue that remember he got like 30 million a box. I think the word was that he was going to get like 15, maybe plus pay-per-view points for the John Jones fight.
Yeah.
If he had beaten John Jones, I think he would have came out of that with long term with more money than he got from the 2 boxing matches.
Probably.
But maybe not. But
he could have fought Gone again, and then it could have been a big thing against Aspinall. He would be the biggest name.
That's what he could have. I think really more than anything, he fumbled his MMA like legacy.
That total. I was just about to say, didn't fumble the bag, fumbled the legacy.
I actually think he could have made more in the UFC over the long term.
I think he could have too.
Obviously, there is
the aspect here probably
of he could have got injured. This could have happened. That could have happened. MMA is a little bit more, but boxing, same thing. He was in there with Tyson Fury and then Anthony Joshua. He took one of the more brutal knockouts of the past few years in boxing.
Horrendous. Looked like he tore his ACL on the way down.
And yeah, he got paid. But I think if you're thinking about it, if he beats John Jones, even if he didn't, he may have ended up fighting him again.
He's a megastar.
Megastar.
Jones, yeah.
And knocked him out. Oh my God.
And look at the heavyweight division right now. He could have had a few easy fights.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a lot of easy.
He could have
fights.
a Curtis Blades again, right? And then he could have. Who knows? He could have ran back Derek Lewis. Worst fight ever.
He could have got into that.
What you said before, like they would have did John Jones. If he knocked out John Jones, he would have been an absolute superstar.
Maybe Poetan.
He would have become like the MMA Mike Tyson. He would have got that label. If you knock out the GOAT after he has an insane highlight reel knockouts, like you said, he probably gets the Aspinall fight after Aspinall build up. That would have been a huge fight.
Even if he loses at some point.
We talked about a year and a half ago or 2 years ago when it was like the fact that those 3 guys in heavyweight were never going to get them see all fight each other.
I know.
Is like what a like
missed
how
potential.
horrible is that?
And it really stinks because MMA is the sport where you're supposed to see it.
Yeah.
And
And
the 3 top heavyweights of the last like decade, or we'll say at least like 6-7 years.
They went the boxing route almost.
And
Yeah, you
conversely,
got to see none of them
yeah,
fight each
the
other.
boxers have fought
the
each
boxers
other a
started
lot.
fighting each other. Yeah, the heavyweight
Yeah.
boxers all fought each other. So the Dana White clarification on the put his hands on me comment was like, it wasn't like he got physical with me in the office. It was, I think they were arguing over a bonus. Francis was saying, I deserve it. Dana was like, we made up our minds. You're not getting it. And as Dana went to walk out of the room, Francis put his hand on Dana's chest and said, you're not leaving. Like, we're not done talking. And Dana said, oh, we're done talking. And then he kept walking. But Dana still hates his guts. Like, it's clear that
Never
Dana
gonna-
doesn't want him in the UFC.
He said point blank. I might have been Oscar Willis.
I think it was.
Yeah.
He said point blank. He's not fighting the UFC ever again. Not
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, that checks out.
And he's
like,
not a big enough, like Francis isn't a big
No.
enough to star to
No.
outweigh that. You know what I mean?
I mean, think he would laugh and be like, "Guy, your last pay per view did 10K."
if it's Conor
like,
McGregor
raw
we're
set.
talking about, and it's like
100.
Dana said the same thing about Conor, we would all go, but once he realizes how much money he'd be able to make with Francis, you don't have that.
Francis isn't-
Even Jones, like Jones, I think can get back. Like Jones, I mean, he
Yeah,
did
oh,
the
yeah.
Ultimate Cross, fucked him with that $30 million deal, the Aspinall fight, and I think
He'll be back.
I think he will fight again.
100%.
Whether it's the White House card or not,
I
we'll
think
see,
you're right.
but
I think he'll
I
get
think he might
Poetan,
even-
to be honest.
He might even maybe get the White House card when it's all said and done. I think it just
I think
depends.
they're going to try to give him
I think it
Poetan.
just depends on the way things break.
Yeah.
In terms of who's fighting when, like maybe if it's Ilya, maybe if Ilya's still not ready by then, who
Well,
knows?
Trump did say there's going to be what 8 or 9.
8 or 9 title fights, 8 or 9
Imagine.
championship fights, which
I-
is more fights
like
than we've
I
heard
saw
is on
someone
the
He's going to
entire
make up
card.
belts. I think they're going to make.
I saw someone say
probably
like
the Trump belt,
an interim BMF.
The Patriot Championship.
Patriot
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah, the Truth
I can see
Social
them where
Championship.
just
Yeah.
every winner gets a belt. Like it's like some
Yes.
American,
Like a red,
UFC
white, and
belt.
blue strap. Like the way they painted the UFC Noche straps, just like
Yeah,
a bald eagle.
I will say that coming off of Jan's victory, if O'Malley knocks out Yudong early in 2026, you could sell America versus Russia, Jan
Oh
versus.
fuck yeah!
You could, but again, do you want to risk Russia beating America at the White House
To an-
in front of
Dana
Trump?
said he doesn't really care about that. Maybe we'll see. Maybe that's just
Dana
like-
doesn't care about that.
But you know
I
what?
feel like everyone else at the White House would kind of.
There's a lot of people in politics think that Trump's doing this because he wants.
Russians to look good.
No, he
Oh.
wants. Well, maybe that. But he wants Putin to be there and Zelensky for the visual of Trump in between the three of them, and then make
Interesting.
Putin happy. You have Jan against O'Malley. Jan would be a pretty sizable favorite. Obviously, the last fight's controversial. O'Malley did win, and
Mhm.
O'Malley's still a huge star. And if he knocks out Yudong, people would be very hyped to watch that.
Oh, yeah.
America versus Russia could be something with a John Jones against Potan, and then McGregor against Chandler or something. Then you really don't have to put too much on it. Then you have 3 huge fights, which are more kind of 2 are kind of a spectacle. One's a really good one with Jan, and then maybe put another one on there too. But I'm just talking out loud.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a chance that you could have whoever. If Patty beats Gaethje, then you could have Ilya versus Patty on the White House card as well.
Or Gaethje. If Gaethje beats Patty, you could do the same thing if you wanted to.
Yeah, and then Islam says he said it. He wants to fight. Is Donald Trump open the White House? I'm coming.
Yeah.
But he says Habib doesn't want him to do that because Habib doesn't like spectacle cards because there's a lot of uncontrollables.
Which
in the
makes
lead up.
complete sense in terms of like the Habib mindset
Yeah.
that he wouldn't like.
I also- he was
Noche
saying-
or anything like that.
Islam said in an interview today that why I was so tired. He didn't like fighting in Australia because there was too many things they couldn't control, and why the first fight against Volk was so bad for him was because of that.
Huh.
What does that mean?
Khabib also wasn't there for that fight.
Yeah, wasn't in his corner.
Oh yeah.
That was a big talking point. That like he didn't look good. Like Khabib wasn't there.
Yeah, he didn't have.
Oh, that was when
good.
Habib said he didn't want to coach anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he came back,
Which he said a couple times. I think he's starting to get like
I think we
Brett
understand.
Favre-ish.
Yeah, Habib is
He's going back.
Habib is not this completely stoic man that everyone presents as. He's definitely kind of
Especially
drama queen,
post retirement. I think maybe in his UFC career he could have been, but in retirement, I think he's a little bit more like, I'm also going to live life.
wishy-washy, which is cool.
Or with his fighters, he's like, don't even read books.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't want to see you reading that Italian gangster.
I
book.
think it's posted. I couldn't read it, but it was in Russian. But I think on his car seat, he had an Italian book or no, the Italian Mafia
Oh
book.
yeah.
Then he had the Quran, and he put them both in his hands, and he tagged Habib, and he was like, "Am I allowed to read both of these?" Because Islam was so huge, defending Umar there, saying,
Yeah.
"No, you get to learn more about the world. It increases Russian."
And we just saw the clip of Umar talking about
Or was
Ilya
that
Tapor, or Usman talking about Ilya, and saying he's beefing with his wife right now, so he can't.
Yeah, that's what happens when you
Amazing
divorce. It's
verbiage.
essentially, if you break it down, it's a beef.
You beef with your wife.
You're beefing. That'd be a funny way, like, hey, how are things going, man? We're still beefing.
Beef. Hey, Boris, getting dropped.
Is there anything else post UFC?
I know, I'm thinking-
323. Obviously, we talked about Jan. We talked. That was very weird with Pantoja's people saying it was a shoulder. The doctor.
That was so weird. That was.
I mean, I felt
bizarre.
bad for Megan O'Leary because she was just reporting what she was told.
Correct, and she clarified to Joe. Joe was like, I mean, you're talking about the elbow, right? Like we all watched the elbow go out, and she's like, no, I understand.
I asked four times.
I very much clarified it. Said, is it the elbow? And they told me no, it's the shoulder. Everyone is saying the shoulder, and then afterwards they're like Dana is saying it's the shoulder. And then afterwards, they're like, yeah, of course it was the elbow. We watched it with our own eyes. They were telling us what we watched with our own eyes was wrong, and kind of just making Megan look like she didn't know what she was talking about.
If you blame Megan for that, you're an idiot. She has to say what she.
Yeah, it was funny when she's telling Joe, and he's like, I mean, you're saying the shoulder. You mean the elbow, right? The way he's like yelling at her.
See, I thought there was some confusion that I thought maybe it broke in such an awkward way that it was like his arm.
Same. I was like,
that it was like right.
Maybe
like,
it was just something we didn't see.
Which is very hard to do.
Yes.
But the way he landed, like I guess, it can. Your arm just snapped like that.
Oh, we didn't mention the weirdest beef of the week: Jamal Hill yawning Jacek.
One
of the strangest.
So
things,
confusing,
especially after hearing the story.
So I think I'm more. I think there was when I thought I had clarity, and now I'm even more.
I think it's
correct.
If I had to guess, Jamal Hill may have been with somebody that wasn't his girlfriend that night.
There's a chance that because he's.
But I don't want to say. But maybe he doesn't want to get into anything with his missus. So he's like, you know what, Joanna.
So here's how he got it.
You got it. You won it. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
But he did make a statement about it.
He made a statement, and the statement was. He was at UFC. He's hanging out backstage, VIP lounge or whatever. Joanna comes up to him and is immediately like, hey, what's up, player? Where's your girlfriend? Why are you such a player? Like, I don't play like that in Poland. Like, and he was like, what the fuck? He's like, why are you mad? And she kept saying like, oh, fuck you. You know why I'm mad. I'm not going to explain myself. I'm not a lawyer. And he was like, I need to know why you're mad at me. They got separated by security. And that's when she said, I'll smash your face in and your girl's face in. And then in the video, he's like, if you touch my girl, I'll knock you out. She's like, you will? He's like, oh, yeah, promise or something. And he says in the story, he says years ago when they were in New York, he shows his DMs with her. He slid into the DMs. She invited him out to a bar. He went out to the bar and then said he realized his shots weren't going in that night.
All right.
So he went home. And he said this was beef over that, but his girl wasn't even at the card, but she brought up the girl. Joanna put out a statement where she's like, I'm always going to defend myself. You can't talk to me that way, blah, blah, blah. Even after hearing the explanation, it's like, I don't understand what happened.
That's, yeah, like you definitely explained like that's Jamal Hill's side, essentially.
If his side is how he presents it, they're obviously like both in the wrong separately. Like, I don't know why Joanna's going up to people trying to start beefs like that. And I don't know why he's like not being able to keep his cool.
So they've probably been at the same car multiple times.
You have to imagine, yes.
Definitely.
Jamal Hill is at everyone, and so is Joanna.
Yeah, they're both
Correct.
always there.
They're two that always go.
Yeah.
And Joanna's been a lot of them.
And also, I guess you could say, was he drunk or something? If this is how
I think he's always drunk.
If it's how they present it,
it seems like he drinks at the cars. I'm not calling him a drunk.
Like if someone came up to you and did the same thing, they were like, "Oh, you're a player. Where's your girlfriend? I'm gonna bash." Wouldn't you just be like, "What the fuck?" Like, someone get this girl. What? You wouldn't be like, "I'm gonna knock you out." Like, what?
Yeah, I guess
you not keep your cool.
He definitely wanted, but I guess she did say like hers. If she said her saying like, "I'm gonna knock your girl out," like I don't. That's it's a weird,
I just think I would be like,
is
she on drugs? I'd be like, what's going on here?
But I mean, I'm with you to an extent where Jamal should have just said, but it doesn't sound as good. It's like if you touch my girl, I'm gonna pick you up and make sure you don't do anything anymore. But it's better to
It's
say I'm
just-
gonna knock you
I
out.
can't imagine meeting that
obviously
with
Jamal
like
can
anger.
just pick her up. Like that's like they're like Jamal's what?
That's what I mean.
100
Joanna could
pounds?
punch him in the face and nothing's gonna happen.
And he could just pick her up and just hold her and be like, "You have to stop. You have to stop." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To stop it going more. But if you say that, there's much of
you
a
can't say
Would have been way funnier if he was like, "Oh yeah, like where's your pops? I'm gonna knock his ass out. Like, I'm gonna knock. Where's your boyfriend? I'm gonna knock.
where's your man's? I'll knock
Where's your
him out.
man's? I'm gonna knock
Yeah.
your man's out just to be like, this is
And
what I do."
Jamal
2v2.
Hill's
Yeah.
Jamal
Tag
Hill's
team. Let's do it.
girlfriend put out a statement too, being like, "I don't know what's going on. I wasn't there."
Yeah, I
Well,
don't
that's
know.
why people speculated like a mistress situation.
Oh, and he also mentioned a weird exchange between Joanna's manager and her, something where he was with his girlfriend, Joanna was there, and the manager kept like hinting towards like, oh, something happened between Jamal and Joanna. So Jamal said his girlfriend was just, oh, Joanna fucked Jamal, and they got real uncomfortable after that. Everything between these two seems uncomfortable.
Also, the most random beef of all time because I don't think they've ever trained at the same gym.
I think it all stems back to him shooting a shot, which is what he says.
But that was years ago. And if you are talking on the DMs and then go to the bar together, I mean, it doesn't seem like he did anything wrong.
It didn't.
He shot
seem
his shot. It didn't go in. He went home.
The way he described it was that night, like they were fine. He said, like after that, like I think he did say they saw each other a couple times, and he'd always be like,
What's up?
"What's up, champ?" Like,
yeah,
"How are you?"
yeah.
Weird, fucking strange beef. Strange beef on the timeline. Let's tell everyone about another sponsor here at the Spin and Backfist MMA show, and that is Blue Chew. We absolutely love Blue Chew. Fellas, you know what time it is. It's time to level up, and Blue Chew just dropped something crazy. I'm talking next level, championship belt, gold-plated energy. Blue Chew Gold is the newest innovation from the #1 chewable ED brand. This ain't your grandpa's little blue pill. This is a 4-in-1 beast that's setting up the gold standard for performance. We're talking 2 ingredients for blood flow to keep that rocket pumping, mixed with, these words are tough, oxytocin and apomorphine to keep
Oxytocin, it makes sense.
up the arousal, the connection in your brain, your body.
We're talking science. We're biology now.
This is a much more complex, affluent ad read. Is that the word for it?
They usually just say,
"Enter the room, dick first."
Dick
This one,
first.
We're talking about
give
oxytocin.
her group chat something
We're
to talk
talking about hormones.
They've given us the next level.
Yeah, Blue Chew Gold is next level.
You guys, Spinning Backfist listeners, which we love all of you, are very smart, very intelligent.
They say if your bed could talk after this, it'd be asking for a break. How about that?
Yep.
Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at bluechew.com. And special deal for our listeners, get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with promo code SPINNIN, SPINNIN. That's promo code SPINNIN. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Great stuff. We love Blue Chew. So that was a weird beef we had this week, MMA Twitter wise. Outside of that, I don't think we did have much. Armand versus Shara
In that
grappling. Yeah.
I mean, Shara or Armin will probably just submit him.
Yeah.
Although Shara's much bigger, it's just levels.
Could be boring. Yeah. I mean, probably will be.
It probably
Most
will.
grappling
It's
matches
just
are.
one of
No
those
offense.
that are just. Yeah, I don't think the. I'm
That's all
trying.
we
to
had.
think. Oh yeah, Brandon Moreno is coming back very
Albayev,
quickly against Asiom Abayev, who has been great in the UFC. Obviously, his only loss is against Kopp, I believe, and that's a quick turnaround for Moreno. Obviously, there was questions about the stoppage, but he definitely was hurt. But we'll see. I'm just more saying in terms of him coming back so soon. I hope he's all right. I would assume he is.
Yeah, he probably is.
But it's good because that's a guy that could have, after that loss, said, "I don't want to fight anymore." But he's saying, "No, get me back in there."
Probably so
Mexico City.
frustrated from the stoppage. He was obviously like,
It's kind of
frustrated
funny.
in the
Amabayev
octagon.
is almost kind of another Tyra.
Yeah.
Very similar. Tyra would say more athletic.
Yeah, I don't think he's quite as good as Tyra, but no, I definitely was surprised. But honestly, the other booking that I think is just like incredible is the Lord Michael and MAB.
yeah.
That's bad.
When is that for?
I think it's February.
I can't.
One of the February fight
If you
nights.
told me that-
Real.
If you heard that before, I would have said that fight's already happened.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah, it's one.
That's one of those
Like seems like a fight that should have
Like,
happened.
how has it not happened yet?
That fight, that's on UFC. Yeah, UFC 304 that happened.
Yeah.
I think,
Prelims.
you know,
Yeah.
I think I need to see a Lord Michael Piper fight at some point.
Lord Michael, if he wins this one, he
could get that. That's the problem I had. I was like, that could be one where he could get a fight like that.
True.
And I thought of it because MAB obviously got laid out bad by Piper, but I think Lord Michael and Piper would be a great fight.
And Lord Michael's brother is fighting this weekend.
Yeah, good. That's honestly him and Almeida is a great fight. I don't mind the card this week. I really don't. For review, I think it's going to be some good scraps.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. I'll pull it up on DraftKings. Might as well bring them up now while I'm pulling up DraftKings. We will be betting on the card, courtesy of DraftKings Sportsbook.
Shout out DK.
We love DK, not only for UFC, but for football as well. One touchdown can change everything. The crowd, the momentum, the game itself, it never gets old. Feel that same rush with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, where every touchdown could bring you closer to cashing in. With the DraftKings Sportsbook, all the action's in your hands. First touchdown, anytime touchdown, live bets, every play, every snap, every game matters. We've got sort of a spinning backfist bowl this weekend, Washington, New York.
Yeah.
I was telling Clem my first ever game was Washington, New York 07, the year where the Giants won the Super Bowl. Towards the end of the season, Washington came and beat them, which is kind of crazy to look back at.
It's a great year.
Jason Campbell?
Probably, yeah.
Probably, right?
Probably still Campbell, yeah.
And I also said to Clem this year has not been a very fun year to be a Commanders fan. Last year was, but this year I've relied on DraftKings Sportsbook to make everything exciting. I have to place those anytime touchdown bets to get into the games. Also, Missouri listeners, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me State. Here's the best part. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, get $200 in bonus bets instantly. When your team hits the end zone, you could hit the payout. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BACKFIST. That's code BACKFIST. Bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. If you do that tonight and make that $5 bet on Thursday Night Football and win, you've got $200 in bonus bets for UFC this weekend.
There we go.
It's a good plan.
Beautiful thing.
All right, let's get into the card. I'm pulling up DraftKings right now for the odds. I think it's a normal start time, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., a little bit later even. Joe Anderson Brito versus Isaiah Thompson starts the fight. Thompson plus 185, Brito minus 220.
This is actually on the main prelims.
Oh, it is. Wait, 9:30 p.m.
Got made,
I
new,
see.
That's why it's
so it's
lower.
on the
No,
bottom
I got
of the slate.
confused too.
You're right.
We can start with this though.
Yeah, might as well.
Brito, Thompson just got signed. He's honestly pretty good. He's young.
He knocked out Larry Ann Douglas, who was like one of the big stars of this year's Contender Series. So he has some good wins over some quality competition.
It's weird to see Thompson spelled without a P.
Yeah. He's this is a tough fight for him though. Joe Anderson's Brito's pretty good. I don't have a particular read on it. I was looking at the under 1.5 plus 150, but I would have liked it a little bit more. There's a lot of fights on this card that I just can't wrap my head around. But they could be interesting though. This is a closely lined fight too.
I mean, they're both big hitters.
Big hitters.
I like the under. I don't hate the under. It's always tough when you make a last minute fight like this with a guy like Thompson who's like not a tomato can.
He's not a tomato can at all.
Like it's one thing when you make one and then all of a sudden it's like minus 1,000. Like, all right, like
Thompson's one of these.
Like Thompson could win this fight.
New school MMA fighters that his whole goal since he started training was to go to the UFC.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to be the youngest UFC champ ever. He's taken some losses, I think 2 losses in LFA, but he's still pretty good. He's not going to be the youngest champ in UFC history, but he's in the UFC now and going up against. He wins this. It's a pretty good win to start your UFC career.
You beat Brito, you're on.
Yeah. Then the actual first fight of the card at 7 p.m. Teresa Bleda versus Jamie Lynn Horth. Bleda minus 155. Jamie Lynn Horth plus 130.
So Bleda has been off for a while.
A long time.
She had a very bad staph infection that went from, I think, her finger to her knee. It was really bad. She said she hasn't been able to train for a lot of the time, but has been back in the gym now. Theoretically,
she's born in 2001. It's just fucked up to see UFC fighters born in 2001.
Theoretically, she could kind of get her grappling going. She's physical against Horth, but Horth handled Maverick pretty well. I was considering a Horth plus 130, but I don't know.
Horth is such a No disrespect. Such a meh fighter. To me.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a dog or pass coming out the layoff, but
I think Horth, I was impressed with her against Maverick. She didn't win the fight, but I think she took a round off of her. And I think Bleda, that's why if I had to take somebody here, it would be plus money. I haven't taken anything in it yet, though. This next fight's another one that I just know nothing about.
Pat versus Fry.
Yeah.
Alan Fry versus.
I think they might both be making their debut.
They are. And they both have almost no footage. There's a clip of Alan Fry fighting in a mall.
There's
viral.
no connection to Don, right?
I don't know. I
Those
saw
are
some
like Don.
joke. I saw some jokes about it, but I feel like that would be
We would know,
talked
right?
about a little bit
We'd have to
more.
know. Yeah, no.
I'm
gonna say definitely not.
Yeah, I don't really even know what to do with this one. Alan Fry's coming off. Also, these are guys that we didn't see on Contender Series.
Yeah,
Fry's
never seen him before.
3-0.
And then Guilherme
6-0.
Pat is from Brazil, and he's a guy that, I mean, he hasn't fought since 2024. This fight feels very just not UFC quality. This feels like it should be happening on LFA,
Yeah,
but it's not. I'm not betting it. I guess if I had to, I would take an under, but it's under 1.5 minus 188.
Yeah. Then the legend Luana Santos returns against Melissa Croden. Melissa Croden plus 110, Luana Santos minus 130. These are the kind of fights where I'm like, I know there are good fights on the card, but there's a couple.
they're both not like Croden's not bad. I bet on her on the last fight she won. She got that finish.
I like
Yeah.
Croden, but I think Santos may just be a better MMA fighter.
Yeah, she did. I mean, I think she's fought much better competition.
She has, and Croden was a little bit wider of a underdog earlier in the week. Plus 110 doesn't. I think I missed this seems like a very 50-50 fight, which I guess you would take plus 110 here, but I don't believe in Croden enough. These first few fights are kind of bleh.
Rough.
Hey, even the next two are also kind of bleh.
Actually, I don't mind the next two.
The next one's, I feel like the next one's not bad, just because they're
Maybe it's got,
gonna,
like, a
gonna
bet
finish. Steven Asplund versus Sean Sheriff. Sean Sheriff plus 190, Steven Asplund minus 230. And maybe a finish in this one?
I think so. I like Steve Asplund.
Yeah.
He's big boy.
He's a big
Series.
boy.
He's bigger because he's a guy who lost a ton of weight. So he's got the
loose skin.
He's got the loose skin, flabby body.
Yeah.
But I bet against him in the Contender Series. He had a quick knockout. I actually think he's not bad. I think there'll be matchups he run into where he gets smoked, but I don't think this is one of them. Like, I think he rolls here. I don't think Sharif is good at all. I think Asplund probably knocks him out within the first round or two. Asplund's also a guy, even for a heavyweight, like he's more of a volume guy. But we did see him like land a big knockout on the Contender Series. So obviously he's a big guy. He's got heavyweight. He's got power, but he definitely is more of a volume guy.
Sheriff's a fascinating guy because they brought him in against Taffa a year ago. He hasn't fought since. I think they don't mind Asplund. This is a fight they want Asplund to win.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to look at the under for a parlay piece.
I don't hate that. But I think Asplund gets it done.
Both these guys are going to come out throwing heavy. I don't even consider an under half round. But Sheriff did take it into the second round with Taffa. That being said, I like the under here. You could do a little parlay. They do the automatic parlays for you on DK, under 1.5 and Asplund. And that's something I would consider. But I think Asplund's fine, yeah.
And then prelim headliner Amanda Lemos versus Jillian Robertson. Jillian Robertson minus 198. Amanda Lemos plus 164. Is this one where if Jillian Robertson's
better?
I think
I'm kind of like I don't
it's-
have her via submission yet, but
I think this is the class of like pretty cut and dry.
yeah,
Like I'll be like, oh, if she takes her down, she's going to dominate. If it stays in the feet, Lemos. But I agree. I think Robertson will be able to take her down.
Also,
I think she probably will submit her, maybe a ground and pound finish, but I think probably she ends up getting a rear naked.
submission in 2 or 3
Robbie
plus
forgot to
650
take
plus
the
1.
DK thing.
Oh no, it's still on there. Oh, we've been doing it with it on there. That's okay. We love DK. We're giving him a big
Shout out DK.
Shout out
You
DK.
just got DK's been up for 10 minutes.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's fine.
Listen, the people on the podcast feed don't even know. They're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, they don't know on the podcast feed. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. Hey, but that's the delight.
Everyone-
That's our first mess up in a while.
Yeah, everyone saw the promo code for a long time.
No, they saw the
Not even a mess up. I wanted it up there.
There could be worse things.
Yeah. I was gonna say Jillian Robertson via submission round 2 plus 650 via submission round 3 plus 110 or plus 1100. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Robertson. I think Lamos even finds herself in some dumb positions where she could almost try to submit Robertson and then fail and end up on bottom. Robertson, I think, is pretty damn good. She's really improved. Lemos, though, is still, I mean, she's been in there with everybody.
Yeah.
So this is actually a pretty high quality fight between two women that have been in there. But yeah, like I've said, cut and dry. I don't think I'm going to bet it. But maybe around 2, round 3. But I could Robertson going out there and just maybe even under 2.5 minus 115 is pretty clear because if it's
yeah, I like that. I like that.
Because I think it's going to go one of you, and Robertson doesn't really respond well to punches.
No, but I agree with you though. I think ultimately she'll be able to implement her game plan.
Yeah.
She'll get takedowns and rear naked choke, arm bar, or something like that.
I always bring it up when she fights, but we did have the most random assortment of American top team fighters at Rough and Rowdy Miami back in the day, the one that flooded, and she was one of them. It was her and Yoel Romero and like one other person. King Green versus Lance Gibson Jr. kicks off the main card at 10 p.m. King Green minus 218, Lance Gibson Jr. plus 180. I guess it does make sense to talk about the TKO kind of going against each other. Saturday night's main event's going to be probably over around the time the main card begins.
There we go. I mean, this is a kind of just got made. I think Gibson, King Green, obviously the better fighter here, but I don't know how much he cares. And Gibson's a guy that has been waiting for the UFC. He's been asking for the UFC. He used to fight in Bellator. This is his debut. I think he may be worth a little stab at plus 180.
I like it's kind of a debate of like you said, like just another day for King Green at the office versus like Lance Gibson Super Bowl versus like Gibson's fought absolutely no one.
No one.
Yeah.
And Bobby Green's fought kind of like everyone, even though a lot of the best guys have just smoked him. But like, all right, yeah, Islam and other guys have smoked him.
The only thing is,
Yeah,
I've never seen King Green really look good.
Honestly, if you look at it, it's a lot of losses. His last win, I want to say, was 300 versus Jim Miller.
Yeah,
and that's that's such a good matchup for him, like older guy, like where he has a crazy speed and striking advantage.
Jim Miller took, I think, the first round off him, or maybe the second.
Jim Miller looked pretty good. Yeah,
I just remember second, third round, like Bobby Green was beating the shit out of him and almost stopped him. It ended up being pretty lopsided.
But since then, he just has to like. That's why I kind of been looking at Lance Gibson, but who knows? Here's the thing with King Green. I think he knows because he accepts these fights on short notice. He's going to get these fights for the next 2 to 3 years. As long as he doesn't cause any issues, he's going to be probably on what? 150, 150?
At least.
Probably on a lot.
I bet at least.
He's getting paid, which I mean, good for him. He's done a lot for the UFC.
Kennedy Nchekwu versus Marcus Buchecha. Buchecha plus 110, Kennedy Nchekwu minus 130.
I think I'm going to take the shot on Buchecha.
I was thinking Buchecha in this fight.
He looked so bad in his debut.
Yeah.
My first line was going to be he might be my gambling graveyard. I might need to I don't even know if I'll definitely bet against him. I might need to see one from him.
Yeah.
He was so bad. I mean, he got his back taken by Boudet. He's supposed to be a jiu-jitsu ace.
That's a good point.
I'm not. I just
can't be that bad.
Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to bet Kennedy. I don't know if I'm mentally. He just disappointed me so much. It was such an underwhelming performance.
I feel like I'm never that impressed with Kennedy, and I feel like it can't be that bad with Buchecha again.
I have to think Kennedy's
the jitters out.
Yeah. I have to think Kennedy's going to be more athletic, but it's fair. Like if Buchecha
gets him down,
can he just hold him down with ground? Can he win just ground control?
The issue for Buchecha was Boudet was. I know this is going to sound crazy. Was just too fat. He couldn't get his legs around, and he couldn't. It was from a jiu-jitsu point of view.
Funny, if you watch the fight, he couldn't get the hooks in.
Yeah,
and he couldn't choke him out.
Because his fat. And then and I think Kennedy is more. He's more lean.
Just the way you said it so dead seriously.
I think it's the.
I think it was the perfect game plan that beat him. He was too round. I think that's the best way to say it.
Yeah.
He won that fight and then didn't get renewed.
Yeah. That's
people were so mad at that non-renewal
because he's like 6-1 in the UFC. But if you look at who he beat, and like, I don't know,
no one talks about him anymore. It's a classic MMA.
It's just such a shame when the UFC's like
such a joke.
when the UFC gives you a no thank you, like we're all good.
Well, they cut my boy Hamdi after a win too.
I know.
He got signed recently. I think he's at
Oh, did he?
ACA.
Oh, and how about Chris Barnett at Karate Combat?
Yeah,
We didn't mention that. And then Sam Alfie got his head taken
Oh
off too.
God.
poor
Horrible refereeing. The referee just kept standing him up.
Just let him die.
He was dead, and he was like, "Stand back up, one more."
They almost
Crazy.
had Terrence McKinney die in there on Saturday night.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
Did you see what Chris Duncan said on Ariel?
Yes, I did.
I don't think I
He
did.
goes, yeah, I heard. He essentially said, yeah, I heard that Terrence McKinney just doesn't really train or in the gym or anything. He's not a big trainer. They have to beg him to, once he's in there, to do all the drills. Dude, you just beat him and almost lost.
I know.
Why you're downplaying your loss?
That was weird. Yeah.
I mean,
Even
McKinney
just a
almost had him
weird
out
thing
of
to
there.
Say like that's a weird thing to say after you beat a guy.
And he's
To,
been
like, put him
asking
down
for
more?
McKinney fight for
It
years.
was booked a while ago. I thought it was strange. It's funny because
And we don't know if
it
it's
is weird with him because I've seen people say like he almost lost him. I guess he did in a way.
Yeah.
But-
in the first round, McKinney.
Yeah,
definitely-
I guess he did, like he clipped him, but
yeah.
McKinney, I almost felt weird saying that because with McKinney, like it's like he just kind of always does
I
that.
know.
That's how. Yeah. That's how he fights.
So it's just kind of like I at the end of the day, like I mean,
and Duncan's a guy
Duncan
that
folded him.
always
and
gets
choked him
injured
out.
and just continues on.
Yeah, I mean, he absolutely crippled him with that elbow.
Yeah. You know, what was another weird comment we didn't bring up was the Dominic Cruz one about the Pantoja fight.
Yeah, I would have continued. And he spelled
Like-
allowed wrong, or he didn't spell wrong. The grammar was wrong. He did
Yeah.
allowed, ALOUD, to keep going.
It was just very strange that we was like, yeah, that happens in the gym all the time. People, it was like, I don't think Pantoja was wanting to keep
Also-
going right then.
Also,
and there.
if it happened in the gym, you definitely shouldn't keep going.
you should definitely stop. Yeah.
It was, I think it was McGregor Rousey quote tweeted and was like, "This is why, like, when people say like, oh, like people that have never like fought can know more about like MMA."
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's when like a UFC champion says the dumbest shit you ever.
We watched
heard.
his elbow go inside out, and he was on the floor going, no. And he's like, they
It went
should have
the
let him
other
go.
way.
Like,
It literally, his arm snapped in half.
yeah. So
He needs
like,
surgery. He needs like bad.
he's
surgery.
fighting on behalf of Pantoja, and I think Pantoja would also be like, no.
He quit and
I
we
was all
verbally
done.
tapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "No, my arm's just."
And we've seen that before, where like guys like it snaps and they go, no more.
And understandable. I don't think he's at fault for being like, hey, my arm just
I know
snapped in half.
Van got a lot of shit, but that's a tough spot to be in. You just achieved your dream,
Tough.
and then
And the
people want
adrenaline of
you
it is
to-
like,
want you to almost act like I didn't win.
yeah. And I get it. I wish
Some of his comments were a bit off, but again,
I wish the rules were that would be a no contest, but I understand like one person entered the fight and couldn't continue. So he loses.
I think you couldn't.
you can't do a no contest. there.
Because there's such a gray line.
I know,
Yes.
that's what I
You'd be
mean.
like, oh, what if I kicked your knee and it like
That's
and it
what I
just
mean.
buckles?
In a perfect world, that specific scenario, you could say, all right, he's still the champ. We're
Yeah, I
gonna
don't-
run this back.
I didn't really fault anything he said crazy.
But yeah,
I think some people didn't love him saying like I made that happen.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
one line people didn't love. But I get what he's saying in the sense of just like, oh, like he put his arm up, but he fell over.
Well, in my mind, it's also like
I don't know.
a win in the
He's,
UFC.
he's the first 2000s born champion.
Yeah. In my mind, a win in the UFC is half elation for the win, half relieved you didn't just
Yes.
get knocked out in front of the
Yes.
entire world. And when you're in there with the champ and it's like the biggest fight of your career, I think the initial like champ can't continue. Fights called, we're putting the title around your waist is such an adrenaline dump of like, I didn't get knocked out and I'm the fucking champ. Like I just walked out 2 seconds ago.
Oh,
I didn't have to do anything.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Imagine Vance, like especially that fight specifically, where him and I'm sure everyone watching was expecting like a long war,
Yes.
and then
5
within a
rounds.
minute it's just over.
It's over and you
And
have the
you-
title.
and
Like,
you- yeah,
how
you-
can you not kind of
you
celebrate?
basically had like one like little exchanges, and then it
Yeah.
just was done.
Alcho said that's why Marab didn't look as good as he did.
Yeah, he never.
Oh, because it was like he
They-
was
they
walking
basically-
out right away.
they
He
basically
messed
had-
up his mess up
it
or
basically
his
was
warm up.
Hmm.
They had just started warming up, and then because they thought it was going to be a like.
But
I mean-
Marab's best round was the first round.
Yeah, and it's also like both guys had to deal with that, but I can see that throwing off both guys.
I mean, they were fighting out of the same conditions.
I
Also, that fight could have ended in the first round regardless,
Yeah, sure.
was a fight-
yes,
Who
or the
knows?
second round.
I gotta go catch a train.
All right, we'll finish it off.
Cool. All right, see you guys.
All right, next fight we have Morgan Charrier against Mel Costa. Evenly line -110, -110, under tuna plus 165. Honestly, I've been considering the under.
I was going to say the same. Because I think they both have finishing upside.
Yes.
I think Scherer might even have more.
Me too.
I kind of like Scherer in the fight.
I agree too. Mel Costas treated me so well that I am almost not wanting to take that position. But theoretically, Cherrier could really just out physical him, really give him a tough time in the grappling. And Morgan's pretty good.
I think he's better on the feet too.
Cherrier's last fight was so disappointing. But
who was it, Nathaniel Wood?
Yeah, remember he really
fought bad. Wood's pretty good though, but no, he was bad. And then honestly, he was losing the Nate the Train fight, and then just came out and just like knocked him out of nowhere.
Oh wait, you're right. I apologize. His last fight was a win against Landwehr. Mel Costa's on a 4-fight win streak, and coming off a win against Arosa.
That was close, really close fight. Could have went either way. Good fight, really good fight.
Really good fight. I'm interested to see this one. And then next up, we have the debut of Cezary Olejczyk, Lord Mikkel's brother. And he's going up against Cesar Almeida, who famously once beat Poton in kickboxing. This is a fight where Cesar is minus 205. Almeida coming back on plus 170. I kind of like the under 1.5 here too. I think this is going to be, we know how these guys fight. He fights exactly like his brother, and Almeida's the guy that's going to return war as well. So I was considering the under there.
I like Cezary too. I don't know if I would just lay it by itself minus 205, but I think he wins the fight because I think he's more well-rounded. Like Almeida's straight, like he's striker or bust. Like we even seen a fight where he fought like Roman Kopylov, who's not a grappler like that, and he was able to just take him down, hold him down. No, I think will Cezary like fight that way? Like probably not, but I think there's a chance he could mix in a takedown or two.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
especially if he gets in a spot early where he realizes the striking isn't going his way. But I also wouldn't shock me at all if the striking did go his way. Because I think he is more rounded. I think he is dangerous. But we've seen Almeida is very dangerous too.
Yeah, and Almeida has that striking ability to just turn off his opponent. So that's why
the Al Hassan. I mean, he was in a bad spot and then landed the crazy left hook.
That was a nasty left hook that really Al Hassan
they put out as like one of the knockout of the year candidates. Yeah. It was vicious. And just the way the exchange, like I thought he was about to get knocked out, and then he just lands nasty left hand. But yeah, I like where you go with the under. I like Cezary. I think Olejczyk wins.
Next up, we have Kevin Vallejos against Giga Chikadze, minus 305. Kevin Vallejos, Chikadze plus 245. Isn't it kind of crazy or not? Isn't it? I meant more. Is it crazy to say that I'm looking at Giga as a decent underdog here? Because Vallejos, I don't know if he's going to finish him, and this is probably going to be a fight on the feet, but I guess Vallejos will just be better. Huge age gap. Minus 305 is crazy for what should really be a striking fight.
Yeah, I definitely see the angle. It's one of those where, like, I think Vallejos wins. Like, I think his power, his youth. I think he's also someone who, especially we've seen with people at that age, like the leaps they make fight to fight can be so drastic. And I think we're seeing him, like, I mean, he was in a war with Gene Silva, who, like, I think is better than Giga, especially right now, personally. I'm not super high on Giga. I understand the pause. Like, I wouldn't say, go lay 300 on him straight. I think a parlay piece isn't crazy. But I also understand the Giga angle. I think you'll make worse bets than taking a plus 250 shot at Giga. I guess like a younger, less experienced guy. But I think Vallejos is pretty good. Like, I think he's a guy who's going to be like a top 15, top 10 guy. How good he is this young. Like, I think he's got a lot of potential, but it's just like, how is this too big of a leap too early?
Yeah,
I don't think so, but we'll see.
And the reach advantage is going to be huge. Giga has a 6-inch reach advantage. He's 5 inches taller than him. So I could just see it potentially being difficult for him. But could Vallejos kind of just do what Onama just did to Giga? Probably. And that could probably be. And this just goes to decision 30-27. Maybe he gets around here and there. But I've been looking at Giga as a potential underdog bet. Main event, Manel Kopp against Brandon Royval. Manel Cop minus 278. Royval plus 225.
I feel like I think
Like, can he survive the first kind of? As long as Royval survives, like I think if this gets in the round 4 and 5, I think those would be Royval's rounds, and then
it's wild because I like this would usually be like an auto play for me. Like I just love Royval. Royval's been very good to me as a dog. I was on him against Moreno. I was on him against Tyra as a big dog. I was on him against Van that obviously didn't go my way. The thing I'm concerned about with Royval here is we saw, even though the fight was very close, I think he struggled at times with like the speed and the output that Van had. Now, the thing with Cop is he definitely won't have the output Van has, but he might have the speed advantage. I think he will probably have the speed
and he may
advantage.
have more power.
Yeah, I think he definitely, without, I think not even debate Cop has the power advantage.
Yeah.
I think he will have the speed advantage as well. And that's where, like, as much as I want to just be like, oh, like, no brainer, Royval plus 250, whatever he is right now. But then there's a part of it I'm like, I think sometimes like there's just certain fights that are not great matchups, like the styles make fights, and I feel like this isn't like a great matchup, like you said, just power and speed wise. And I don't think he'll be able to like. Cobb's a big, strong guy. Like I don't think he'll be able to like get held down the way like Makayev did. Like and Royval just doesn't really fight like that. He chases submissions. Like he's not really looking to hold anyone down. I don't know. I it's one of those where I want to bet Royval, but I feel like Cop just like finds a way to win. Like I think he'll just win big minutes.
Yeah, the reason why I haven't placed the bet on Royval is I'm scared about Cop's speed and power, and really almost shutting off Royval.
He could. I mean, he's looked good in his last, and it feels like you just keep waiting for like 3 years for Cap to finally be like, all right, this is the fight. You win this one, like you're getting a title shot.
Yeah,
he's had so many, whether they keep getting like just canceled or like the Makayev fight obviously didn't go his way. But this is the one if he gets it done. I think Tyra will fight Van next because it looks like Pantoja's going to be out for a minute with the injury. But if Cop wins this fight, he firmly will be like next in line after like Pantoja, as long as the Tyra Van fight happens in like the next like 3-4 months, let's say.
Yeah, a huge moment for Cop. Also for Royval too, because he's coming off of such a great fight against Van. I would have loved to see the scorecards if Van didn't knock down Royval in round 3 because it was such a close fight, but clear winner for Van.
That knockdown it was the right decision.
Third round was very close.
But honestly, because Royval, like if Royval wins, all of a sudden like
he's back.
How easy would it be to sell Royval Van too?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not even saying that'd be the next one, but say Van beat Tyra, and then Pantoja either like maybe had to wait longer than we thought, or maybe who knows, maybe one of them was able to beat Van, or excuse me, beat Pantoja when he came back. Maybe really, I think you could sell either because even the Tyra Royval was a great fight.
Yeah, and
the only one you struggled to sell was Pantoja Royval because they've done it twice. Both times. It was relatively one-sided the last time we saw it, and not super exciting.
Not super exciting at all.
But the Tyra Royval fight was awesome. I mean, Van Royval might win fight of the year. I think probably I would argue the front runner to win fight of the year in the UFC this year. So those would be easy fights to sell. So I mean, if you're Royval, I still think this is about as good of a spot you could be in, considering the Van loss in July or June, whatever it was.
Yeah, I may end up on Royval. I'm going back and forth in my mind.
He's a guy
he's like, Cap's so talented though, and I think that he may just in what he did against Asu. I think he could kind of. I mean, Royval is obviously better than Asu
for sure,
but I think he can kind of just do that fight. It was so clear that Cap was just so much faster, so much stronger.
He's a phenomenal athlete.
But Royval's done this before, where he stretches guys out, and then it's round 4, and you're like, this could be 2-2, and then he takes over in round 5.
Yeah. I wouldn't shock me at all. Royval's a guy I would put the tag at him. Like, you want to talk about a guy that fights for your money? That's Brandon Royval. He will fight for your money.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that.
It's a great fun main event. I'd be surprised if it just was like a shitty fight.
Yeah, me too. I would be more like, I think there's a chance for a highlight reel knockout.
Yeah,
I think there's a chance for a long fight. Now, Cop's cardio is a thing I'm not concerned about, but those those fast movements, those powerful movements, as the fight goes on, aren't going to be as powerful. Just
Sure.
his power is really the first round or two, but he could go in there and even knock him out in round 4. But
I would say we've seen him do, like, even when he fought Bruno Silva, like I think he knocked him out in the 3rd or 4th round.
yeah,
Asu was what, 2nd round, 3rd round?
I think he got into the 4th, but he was destroying him.
But yeah, I think the 5th round thing is fair, but he's shown some decent ability to still put it on guys. I think both are still, like Bruno, he was really putting it on him too.
He was really, because Bruno looked really good. Did he hurt him in the 1st round? Did Bruno just really?
I feel like I remember getting it got one-sided pretty.
You were okay. So Bruno round 3, Asu round 3, and
because I remember both, like he was beating the shit. Like it was like the beginning. You knew the end was coming. Like they were getting their ass kicked.
Yeah.
And then he's a powerful guy. Just started raining combos, and it was a wrap. I want to say they both even, it was kind of similar. They both were just up against the cage, like got dropped, rain on, and it was all right. Like it's curtains.
So the under 3.5 plus 100. I don't know if that does it for me though.
Yeah, Royval's is he's such a tough guy. He's a hard guy to get out of there.
Yeah, and Royval is coming off. I think he had a torn meniscus. That's why he hasn't fought since June. But that's a normal.
Yeah, not that long.
Not that long. But I think his knee will be fine in there. A torn meniscus isn't as bad as an ACL.
No, not even.
So close. I think he'll be healthy in there.
I guess I'm
really at the point now. I'm looking at the card. I don't know. I think I'm definitely going to bet Buchecha, but I may not have a lot of bets on this card, which stinks because it's the last one of the year. But right off into the sunset of the end of 2025, and then next year we come back and first fight of 2026 is going to be huge.
You got back-to-back like number cards to start.
Number cards, and then they said Paramount wants, I think, 45 or 46.
Love it.
Fights or cards for the year, which would mean
ESPN was 42, I believe, or maybe 40.
And we're already having 3 off the first 3 weekends of the year, so there's going to be a run where we'll obviously be here, and hopefully we'll get out to a few. But yeah, it's always sad when there's this 6-week break. It's funny, people complain about the 6-week break, but then they complain about the Apex cards and everything.
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited. Going to be a big year. I'm going to say maybe we'll do like one more for the end of the new year. Do like kind of like end of the year.
Next week, let's do a award show.
That's what I'm saying. Do like we'll do our fight of the year and knockout of the year and submission.
Prospect of the year.
Yeah, prospect of the year, comeback of the year, stuff like that. We'll put together some categories.
And then we can come back with a 2026 preview early in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously, I mean, then it won't be that long until we get Patty.
It's in LA, correct?
No, Vegas.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
They wanted it to be in LA
first. That's right.
But then they moved it to Vegas, and I think they just couldn't get the arena locked down. But that card's sick, and then the next one's sick too. Sal Keed just got put on the Sydney card.
Yeah.
Jacob Malkoon's on that card too. Who's he fighting?
Malkoon. He's fighting is it
Finney, right? That's gonna be hilarious. 2 wrestlers.
Who was Salkeed fighting someone pretty good? Who is it? You think he's a featured prelim?
It's an Asian guy. I think he's from China.
Ruzang.
Ruzang, who's great. Yeah, that fight's gonna be sick.
He had some good wins recently.
Yeah.
Fight.
So that's and Sal Keed. I mean, he's a guy that we'll keep an eye on for 2026. Honestly, pretty good year for MMA. Weird year. There's been a lot that's happened, but I guess that's every year. It's the John Jones Aspinall stuff will be the highlight of the year for me, and then obviously I guess McGregor to an extent. And am I missing anything else? I mean, I guess it was really the year of. I mean, I guess Ilya only fought once this year.
What's the line on we get McGregor in 2026? What do you line it?
Plus 250.
Plus 250. Yes.
Yeah.
Fair. I think it's a fair line.
I think it's possible, but not likely.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. I was gonna say like him, to not fight or to fight. Yeah, I was gonna say like 300 maybe.
If it was a injury report, I'd put him questionable.
Even that I think is generous.
So doubtful.
It's questionable, but he didn't practice on Wednesday,
which is no good because usually if you don't practice on Wednesday,
but really it's about Friday though.
Yeah.
Or he didn't. I'll say he didn't practice. He was like a limited participant on Thursday.
Didn't have pads
but
on.
No, but yeah, like only did individual drills on the side.
Yeah, did pretty much nothing. What are the chances we see Ilya more than once in 2026?
Unlikely.
Unlikely.
Highly unlikely, I'd say. Considering he's taking off the first quarter of the year, I would actually go as far to say I'd be shocked if he fought twice, unless it literally was like May or June, and then like December. I think that's the only way we'd see him twice. Because he makes enough money and he makes a shit ton when he fights. He makes millions. So I just don't think he's in a spot where he's not rushing to get back in there.
And who does Islam fight first? Is it really going to be Usman? I think he'd be odds on favorite.
I have this. That I was if it was like gun to my head, have to pick. I think it would be Kamaru. As much as I hate that, he doesn't deserve it. And it's no disrespect because I really like Kamaru. I actually think he's underrated even at this point. But it's just for.
Would you be excited for that fight?
No. Like yes, or let me rephrase. Like yes, because I'm excited for basically like every UFC number card, like no matter what. So I guess yes, but just knowing that it should be. I think it should be Morales. That's who I think is probably the most deserving.
I'd be so excited for
undefeated in the UFC. He just ran through Gilbert Burns and Sean Brady back-to-back round one. Undefeated.
I think I would be excited for almost any Islam matchup outside of Usman.
Me too. That's by far the one I'd be least excited about.
Gary, Prates, Morales. I would all tell my friends this is must watch. Gary, I think would be the least excited. Prates would be I think Morales would be my most excited.
Morales most too, because I
don't think Islam and Ali are going to let that happen. It's just the last moment.
Because I think if like Morales would have the best chance, because he's such a specimen. He's so big and strong and hits like a fucking freight train. Like, I don't know if he'd be able to hold Morales down like that. I think it's more likely that he'd be able to hold Prates down like that than Morales.
100%.
That's why even though as much as I love
Prates, Leon was grappling pretty well.
I think he did defend it well, Prates, defend takedowns, but defending takedowns from Leon Edwards and Islam are just two very different things. But I think Morales is the true, not only the most deserving, but yeah, I would say actually even over Shavkat because he's been more active and he's beaten like better guys. But I think Morales is not only most deserving, but the most realistic to actually pull it off and win.
How many times will we see Hamza in 2026?
One.
And that may not even be -1. Like, what is the chance that we even see him fight in 2026?
I think we'll see him fight. Right. Like, I think we will see him fight, but I think it's one time.
One time a year.
And I bet it's not till at least like the summer.
Which is such a disappointment.
He's a once a year guy. It sucks because we were sold on 2 fights in 10 days and blah 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 whatever 3.
I'm coming for everybody. I kill everybody.
And then he fights like 3 times in like 4 years. It's crazy.
And also the visa stuff is settled at this point.
Trump cleared you.
Trump cleared you. Yeah.
Guy fought in Chicago.
Yeah. Well, we'll be back next week. We'll do an award show. We'll talk more about these questions with Robbie too. These were all just off the top of the head, but yeah, we would like to see Hamza more than once a year, but who knows? Talk about a division that's just kind of going to be paused for a little bit.
Honestly, we were just spoiled because for a minute there, the biggest stars of like carrying pay-per-views were like Volk, Izzy, Kamaru, and they all just fought all the fucking time.
Even DDP fought a lot.
Yeah, DDP did too, and then now it's like Hamza, like Ilya, Islam, like they don't fight that often.
Yeah, and which sucks because Ilya really went on like a year run, and now obviously it's the kid stuff. But I mean, we haven't seen him. He fought once in 2025, which stinks.
Yeah,
and he's a guy. He's a guy who's on top of the world.
He's unfortunately it's becoming like a once a year thing, which you'd like to see at least 2. 2, I can listen. I respect him no matter what, but 2, you feel like okay, like you feel solid about the champ gives you 2 fights a year. 3 is like you're spoiled, and that's kind of what Volk and those guys, Kamaru, Izzy, were doing for a little bit. We're giving you like 3 a year.
And it really stinks because if you think about Islam, his 2 fights this year were easy as fuck.
Yeah.
I know they were long training camps, but
yeah.
Does Armin fight for the belt in 2026? I don't think he fights before quarter 4.
I'm gonna say I think you have to say no. And the only reason is because they made it in term without him. So Ilya is gonna fight that guy. And respectfully, I think Ilya is going to beat whichever guy.
Yeah.
And then Ilya will not fight again in 2026. So just based on my MMA math there, the answer might
I think
no. is no, Armin will not fight for a belt in 2026 because he won't get the opportunity.
Yeah.
I think if he wins one fight, he'll get it in 2027 though.
He's gonna fight for the belt. We know.
I think he will early 27 if he plays his cards right this year.
Yeah. Who would he fight?
The winner, if BSD beats Hooker, maybe fight BSD.
Well, you could always just do the Gamrot fight again.
Yeah, Gamrot.
That would be boring.
But although Gamrot's off, like
losses.
could do Charles rematch. Or I guess Charles is fighting Holloway. Winner of that, maybe.
Yeah, winner of BSD Hooker makes sense. Well, but if Hooker wins,
that's if Hooker wins it. But I think BSD probably will win. BSD Armin would be a great fight.
BSD Armin would be potential like hyped fight of the year.
Hell yeah, it'd be awesome. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back next week. Award show.